You are my love.
Alright guys, good morning. It's about 6 AM right now. Actually exactly 6 AM. Just in the centre of Kathmandu, waiting for a bus to come pick us up and go to the airport and fly to the most dangerous airport in the world. So I'll check back in with you somewhere along the trip. Namaste.
Namaste. Is that right?
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Will you meet me in the jungle near the trees that they sort of?
So we've arrived in Lukla. Excuse the helicopter behind me. That flight was absolutely crazy, as you saw. You know, they fly in, a little bit of turbulence hits, and then you kind of like judge the runway perfect because it's such a short runway. I couldn't really get a good camera angle of the runway, but hopefully on the way back, you just land and slam on the brakes. It's definitely an experience to have in your life. I mean, like the adrenaline hits, like you're coming in. And I advise you not to Google search Lukla Airport though before you come, because all the first images are wrecked planes, because this is the most dangerous airport in the world behind me. Incredible. So we've just had like a meeting with the crew and met an old friend of mine, a Nepali guy that I met 2.5 years ago that I was living with during the earthquake. Really good to see him. You'll see more of him during the trip. We're going to head off now, start walking. We've got 3.5 hours today, so pretty mellow day. The first village is really beautiful, so get ready for some cool Nepali scenery. Alright guys, so behind me here, this is actually a monument to remember a plane crash that crashed here in 2008, so crazy airport. And our guide just told us that it's also the highest airport in the world. There's a easier way to get to base camp if you want to.
Smart way of going to base camp.
Yeah. Looks a bit easier than walking. So that writing there, that's Tibetan writing, and you'll see it all along the track. It's pretty beautiful stuff. Not quite sure what it says exactly because the guides are Nepali, and it's a different language. Hopefully we can come across some Tibetan people and find out exactly what it says. This is just the start of the trek, but you can already feel the altitude, you know, just very slightly. And this is my friend Namaraj here.
Hi.
He's who I was with during the earthquake when I was here 2 years ago.
Don't forget to say the accident case.
Yeah, we lived through an earthquake, 7.8 magnitude, and then after that, and we had a head-on collision in a minivan with a motorbike. So after that I was like questioning reality. I was like, is this real life?
But we survived.
We did survive. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. We've got like 2 weeks to get into more detail. Wow guys, epic swing bridge. Check this out, super bouncy, don't look down. Pretty epic, and this isn't actually the biggest swing bridge here. You'll see there's this huge one. There's 2 of them, and one of them was broken in a flood, I think. So they built it like 100 feet in the air, but I think we cross that tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'm not sure, but get ready. This is super stoked, incredible. So all these cows are just going to cross the bridge that we just came over. These aren't actually yaks, these are like halfway between a yak and a cow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The yaks are higher up in altitude because they can't survive this low, but we'll see them later in the trip.
Yeah.
So the name of that river in Nepali translates into Milk River. Any guesses why? Guide was saying that water comes directly from the Everest glaciers. Gotta get a drink of that fresh Everest water. So it's about 5:30 right now. We arrived to our destination. Right now we're sitting at about 2,600 meters above sea level. It's just a little village on the way here. We arrived here around like 1 o'clock, sat down and had a bit of food, and then I had a bit of a nap because I was pretty tired after that early start. Sharing a room with an English gentleman, nice dude, served in the army. He's got some pretty interesting stories. He was like commander-in-chief for the English military. The guest houses are really nice. They're a lot more established than you'd imagine. You can see here. They're really nice.
Hi.
Hey. But you can feel the altitude a little bit. Nothing crazy, but you can definitely tell that the air's a bit thinner. Tomorrow we've got a 7-hour walk all the way up to a place called Namche Bazaar, which offers like amazing views. It's the biggest kind of town in the region. It sits in this kind of like valley area. It's beautiful, and we spend a day there and we climb up to a higher altitude and then come back down just to acclimatize so we don't get altitude sickness or anything. Some epic views to come, and the weather looks like it's behaving itself, and the guide and everything told us that the weather's been doing its thing lately, so that's great. Altogether it's going to be a 12-day trip. And just a quick tip, if you're coming to Nepal and you're going trekking, make sure you get your supplies before you go, because this food is extremely expensive up here. And this is a bottle of water for $1. You get purification tablets. That's the best way to get water, because you can get like 100 litres worth of purification tablets for like under $5, and it's less weight too. I am doing this tour with a company. This is almost like a sponsored series, I guess you could say. And check this out. So yeah, this is basically like a sponsored series, so I'm going to be like making videos for this whole crew of this whole trip, 12 days. If you want to go on a Mount Everest tour and you want to do it with like a group and with porters and guide and everything, then all the information is going to be listed below all these Mount Everest videos. The guy that owns the company, I met him 2 years ago when I was doing this trek, and we kind of stayed in touch. And if you're wondering about porters, you know, at first you probably feel a bit guilty about making someone carrying their bag, but it's actually like a quite well-paying job compared to a lot in Nepal, and so they're quite grateful to get that work, and they do it in like flip-flops and skinny jeans, and they're like passing tourists with 80 kilograms on their back. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Get ready for some more epic adventures, because it's only going to get more epic. Thanks for watching.